Hi, my name is Annamieka, and this is the Art Friends Show, where every conversation focuses on getting to know the essence of creativity itself. I'd love to invite you as well to join me inside of Art Friends School, where we go deeper into these topics and join in with other art friends around the world. Thanks so much for joining us, and let's get to the show. Welcome to the Art Friends Show. Here's someone cool that you're gonna love to know. Hi, it's day 100 of the Art Friends Show, going live every single day to talk about creativity, art, to interview art friends, to launch the Art Friends School membership, and to share all of this with the intention to help keep you in motion creatively. My name is Annamieka, and I'm an artist here in Portland, Oregon, and I'm the founder of the Art Friends School membership, where you can join and learn and connect with other creatives. And I'm so excited to be celebrating day 100 of this 100-day project. 100 days ago, I didn't know if I could really do this, but I took the commitment seriously, and all of these wonderful people came on as guests and assisted. So I'm so excited to be interviewing Catalina Garreton today about her art and creative practice, and just let you see her light. Without further ado, I'm going to invite her on the show. There she is! Hi!
Had to get my crown to celebrate day 100.
I absolutely love it. Let's see her bedazzled. Oh,
these are done by my dear friend Jenny Jo. They say shine bright, so
that's amazing. Cata, I love you. Welcome to the Art Friends Show.
Oh, thank you. I'm so honored to be here with you and to be celebrating your 100 days. Amazing. Yay! And ongoing into the future.
Yeah, so I'm still trying to figure out how to keep it in the frame. Pardon me for all these adjustments.
Oh yes, I know, I should adjust too.
In all transparency, when Cata showed up at the prep session in her glam glasses and her crown, I was like, I want to make a crown. And so we just spent 15 minutes crafting, and I made this.
So fabulous.
Hopefully it will not fall apart. Okay, my love.
And for those of you tuning in from home, Mika's crown, those are actually candles and a sparkler, so little close to your hair to light it on fire at the moment.
You know, the day is still young. The day is still young.
It's a big day. It's an important celebratory day.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's get into your interview, my love. So,
thank you.
As a guest on the Art Friends Show, my invitation to you is to really share and shine your light. We're talking to other fellow artists, creative people, and I always say making art is good cross-training for being a human. So, can't wait to get to know you. Oh, Mady Rose is watching, and she says, Queens. Both of, yeah.
Oh my gosh. My Aunt Titi too is here.
Thank you for those who are watching live and celebrating with us, and thanks to those who watch this in the future.
Jules, oh, so fun. Great crew of support, of amazing.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Oh my gosh.
Here.
Okay, so I need to calm myself into interviewer mode. So, Catalina, when did you, I'm making a microphone. Catalina, tell us just a little bit about your origin story. Tell us your full name, first of all, and where you live, and then we can kind of go from there.
That sounds great. I love that you asked my full name, because my name is Catalina Garreton, but when I was a little girl, I would always pronounce my full name with my middle name, which is Nicole. But when I was a little girl, I would say my name is Catalina Nicole Garreton.
Nice.
Nicole. Yeah, there was always that little A added in there. So yes, that is my full name, Chilean Garreton. So when I was a little girl, my dad, sat me down and taught me how to roll my R so I could pronounce it that way.
Yeah.
And I live in just outside of Portland, Oregon, across the river in Washington in Camas. So beautiful, beautiful Pacific Northwest is my play place.
Yes. Awesome. So can you tell us a bit of the story of, you know, the artist that you've been throughout your life? What led you to the type of art that you mainly make nowadays?
Oh, yes. Great. And yeah, as far as origin, like going back to my baby roots, I declared when I was 4 years old that I wanted to be an artist when I grew up.
Yeah.
My parents always say that I started drawing. I'm gonna get emotional. I started drawing and painting before I bothered like learning to walk. You know, my dad built me this tiny little desk that I would just wake up in the morning and just be busy there, and I'd like crank out a book or just, you know, be drawing all day, and it was just my like this magical world that was so sacred to me.
Yeah. Awesome.
So I said that when I was little. I was like, I'm going to be an artist when I grew up. And I, of course, as you grow up, like, you know, look at all different interests. And when I got to college, thought about studying different things, business, international studies, and I couldn't keep away from art. So I ended up doing a BFA in painting, a minor in journalism that has served me well as well. And it's been a journey, Mika.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think, like, you know, I've worked in different careers. Like right after college, I spent some time in Chile with my family and worked as a photojournalist for a bit, and then moved to San Francisco. I was working in marketing, so like in a creative field, but with my art like on the side. And that was where I got my first studio and started painting. And I think for me, like a big part of the journey is just that like self-acceptance. Like when I was in San Francisco working at this other job, I kept being like, oh, well, you're not like living as a professional artist yet. So you haven't made it, or you haven't, you know, just this just not being very kind to myself. And I remember when I moved into the studio space, it was like a shared collaborative space, and I was looking around like, oh my gosh, all these amazing artists, and look at this artist. And come to find out, like the woman next to me, she was like a creative director at eBay and doing this amazing art, and this person was doing this and doing this amazing art, you know? So and as far as my style, it really developed, I think, through college, and then the first couple of years after college, like really going more to abstract, because of course I had to take all the foundation courses, which at the time, and like doing life drawing and things, I'm like, oh, I just want to be playing with color, and you know. But I will say, like, having the foundation of those things are like, it's so key for then moving on to those other pieces.
Like studying the, you know, the theory of art, and, you know, even if you didn't want to be a representational painter, studying drawing, studying all of that, you feel like it is it is crucial to what you do as an abstract painter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So crucial. And you look at great artists, like, I mean, Picasso is a great example. I love his museum in Barcelona. You see, like, there were like decades of his work that was very like completely like realism, and you know, and then he expanded to be like his style that he is. So many different ways. And where I've kind of landed for now, and you know, I'm excited to see where things change and go in the future. I'm mostly abstract. Usually lots of like bright colors. I love studying both textile design and patterns in nature. So bringing a lot of those kind of motifs into my work. And doing commissions is still like, that's something I've done for over, oh my gosh, 2006. Like over 15 years now.
Of doing, and your way of doing commissions is so special. It's like a whole experience for people. Can you tell us a little bit about how you approach your commissions?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. I think the process brings in my like journalistic side, kind of documentary storytelling side, because I love people so much, and I love like getting to know their perspectives and their stories, and so with these commissions I actually interview the recipient and I ask them about like visual things like favorite colors, places in the world that they've traveled, a favorite like saying or mantra, so I get a really good idea of like their values, really.
Awesome.
And then I feel so honored because I get to take all that. I do like after the interview, I'll do just kind of a meditation about like what I'm bringing to the painting. And then it's just like this like treasure map. I get to kind of integrate maybe a map of that place or something, you know, little hints. So it's abstract, but to someone who doesn't know, it's like, oh, that's just a, you know, colorful abstract painting. But to the recipient, they know exactly. And the magic part is like they'll find little things that I hadn't intended, or it wasn't like you know, and they'll be like, oh, this totally looks like the view from my childhood window. How did you know that? Or things like that. So that's like, that part is just really magical. And I write an intention for the painting that gets layered onto the canvas, and then I put it in a card for them, because you can't see it, of course, under all the layers of paint, but they receive it afterwards too.
It becomes so special, and you've done some recently where you'll share them afterwards, and I'm like, how did you integrate that many? Like,
it's like there's
can you
this,
give me an example?
and this.
Yeah. Can you give me an example of some of the things that you've been asked to integrate?
Oh my gosh. Well, there was one recently that I did for a dear friend in December in North Carolina, and it was in honor of his parents' 50th wedding anniversary. So it was like a very special occasion. Yeah. But all 5 family dogs needed to be.
Yeah, that's exactly. You know, the one I was thinking of is that one. I sort of just we're good. We're doing it. 5 family dogs. Like, yeah. So how do you fit 5 family dogs in a very abstract painting?
Right. And this one had some more realism. There were some like architectural elements that were in there, some trees. So I got to kind of hide the dogs in the leaves of the trees and things. But otherwise, I mean, a lot of times it'll be like maybe just the profile of a dog shape or something like that. That's a little bit more. So it's just like a nod to it. Which is really fun to find. Sometimes it'll be a huge line across the painting that represents something. Otherwise, it's a tiny little detail.
Amazing. You had a commission. So I mean, just this tiny glimpse people are having of you. You are a world of color. You are a phenomenon. You show up to a retreat with like a gown and slippers. You always bring this kind of like golden, very multicolored energy. And that's how I think of you and your art. And recently you did a commission that was very much neutral, and I want to hear how that was for you. Maybe even we could see it.
Oh my gosh, yes, I have a photo. It's on my laptop. Since I don't have the commission here with me, it's the beautiful and the tricky thing with commissions, because they go out the door, they're already, you know, on to their new place.
A lot of time with them once they're built, right?
Yeah, exactly. But it always feels so good to let them go, because it's like they're going, you know, it's like I co-created that piece with that person, so it goes to them. Cool. Yes, so this one was an ask for very like monotone, tone on tone, creams, whites, grays. So it was very different than my usual kind of like jewel tones. And this was for a special client too, who I had done a commission for 7 years ago, and then he wanted this one for his boyfriend, so that they could each have a commission. So they'll have them both in their home together, and yes, very special to work on. This is a picture of it.
Hold it slightly closer so we just see the painting. Oh my gosh, I love it. Is it a portrait of them also in there?
Yeah, there's a little, it's like profile of the two of them together, and you can see some maps sprinkled in, and I mean there's There's a lot.
I love the gold line framing the edge, and it's gorgeous. What's the map of? What area is that?
It's actually because he grew up in Alaska, so it's the whole like Pacific coast down Seattle. They live in Seattle, so it's like Seattle and the coast. But there's a Chicago map in there. There's some more.
Wow,
some more things.
that's very cool.
So,
very cool. And then you kind of kept going with that. Once you figured out that concept for your client, show me what happened next.
Oh yes, so that was the cool thing. I feel like every time I do these commissions, there's a new challenge that comes from it, because every person is so unique that they'll be like, I really love this combination of colors. Maybe something I haven't worked with before. So in this case, they're like working with those like different monochrome tones and the whites on whites and things like that. I felt like I wanted to do, I like loved it. I wanted to do more of it. And then there was a call for artists for Gallery Go-Go in downtown Portland, and they were doing like earth tones. It was earth tones, so like monochromatic. And I was like, oh my gosh, great. So, because I don't always take the time to explore whatever nugget comes in commissions, so I'll just like be on to the next thing. So in that case, I got to do a couple like little babies that were similar. With like the different tones and color, and these are just tinies. These are like 6 by 6, but still got some gold in there and different shapes, and so that was really cool to be able to use that as an opportunity, because it was like they were doing a couple weeks, so it was like, great, let's keep going with this.
Totally.
So,
and to have that sense of like continuity, it's really fun to see that on a large piece, and then to see you play with those same kind of parameters in the small ones. Are those available for sale, those 3?
They will be. They were in the group show, and I'll probably put them up. I'll do an Insta sale or something like that, because I have a few more from 4 more from shows with them that I've done since then. It's fun to do these little minis. I'm used to working so big, and I know it's a good brain exercise to then go big.
Did someone like message you if they like them and purchase them?
Yes, absolutely.
Do you happen to know how much they are? And if you don't, that's okay.
I don't yet.
Yeah, and I didn't want to put you on the spot.
No, that's okay. No, I think I do. But yes, they can contact me, or I'll put them up for sale pretty soon too.
Great.
Launch them.
Amazing. Very good. Yeah. Well, my love, we are going to wrap up here in this conversation, but I just wanted to give you a moment to share, anything you're dreaming into in the future, or even the unknown, like acknowledging that. What's it like for you now, kind of looking ahead as an artist?
Yeah, great question. Great question, Mika. It's interesting because I think, as creative people, we always have like a bazillion ideas in our head at any one time.
Yes.
And I'm right now, like, I'm not working on any like commission projects or anything. And I feel like I haven't been painting as much, and which to me, like, sometimes I can get really hard on myself. Like, you need to be doing your work. You have time to, to explore. And to me, I've just needed a little bit more time to like take care of myself, to go for a hike, and so I'm in this kind of in-between space of like, I'm not really sure what will be. Like, I don't have a bunch of like shiny, flashy things to say, like, oh, I got this coming up and this coming up and this coming up.
Yeah.
So I think for me right now, it's like giving myself the grace that, like, as creatives, we can't always be like producing constantly. It's like there are these times when it needs to ebb and flow. And I'm working with an awesome marketing agency right now too, that our dear friend Kirsten Blair connected me with, and I love the work that we're doing. Like, that is also, it's a huge, like, it's a different piece of my brain, because I get to like bring these projects together. it's women owned, which is awesome because less than 1% of agencies are.
Really?
So this was just telling me the other day, our creative director. Yeah. So I do love that and being a part of that.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I think it's just like it is a bit of the unknown. I'm figuring out like where I'm gonna be living next, like where I want my focus to be next. And while I can get hard on myself, like can be okay too to have these downtimes as an artist, you know?
Yeah, and I was saying, you know, that is so brave and it's really valuable to share that you're in this period of not knowing.
Yeah.
Because of course it feels great to be like, oh, well, I'm about to do this flashy thing, or I've got this certain sense of exactly where I'm going. Like we all crave that, right?
Right.
And then life is the not knowing.
Yeah.
Like it's so for you to share your version of it, I really appreciate your honesty, that you're like, I don't know. The through line of you being an artist is it's a very pulsing, like palpable thing there. So as your friend, and as your interview host, I'm really excited to see where it leads you and in its own time and unfolding.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mika. Yeah, I have to tell you, like when we scheduled this and I was like, oh good, I'm a couple weeks out, I should act on one of those ideas going on in my head so that I have something big to announce, like I have this going on, or I'm taking this off, and like that would have been great. Mm-hmm. And the date snuck up on me and I showed up anyway.
You did. You like, showed up.
I don't have a big announcement right now, you know?
Yeah.
And I haven't felt like painting as much, and that's okay.
That's so okay. And it's so nice to hear you say that like out loud. Other interview guests have rescheduled. I've had many people reschedule because they don't feel ready. And then I've had one person reschedule 5 times. Just, it's that sense of like, I'm not enough. I don't know. That's maybe, I'm not a therapist, but like, that's kind of my interpretation of it, is like, I'm not enough yet. I'm not enough yet. I remember when I was going to do Kelly Ray's, she used to do these like art dates and chat with friends, and she was going to interview me, and I kept rescheduling it when I was like just moving into this house and didn't really feel like I had my whole world together. I definitely dealt with like, but I don't know, like I am an artist, but I don't feel like one, and I'm not like all dialed in, you know? It's funny how we do that to ourselves.
Isn't it funny how we do that to ourselves when we even have years and experiences and things to back it up, and then you can come into this place and be like, well, if I don't know what's next, like what am I even doing, right? But,
and thank you for showing up and showing us that you can show up. And look, there's a ton to talk about. I'm actually having to cut us off.
I know.
Our agreement about
I'm like, we're just getting into it.
We haven't even talked about when you like ran this art school in Barcelona, or when you like did this painting pop up with like that world-renowned chef, or you know what I mean? Like, there's so many other things we could talk about and celebrate. And I think the point is, you know, art making is great practice for being a human being. Yes. And there's the current, and we go through confidence and doubt, and thanks for showing up.
Yeah, and it's okay to feel lost at times.
Yeah.
Because there will be other times when everything is coming together, and you know, it's just like the emotions that we go through, and just like you said, being human. It's part of being human.
Fully. So, I love you so much. Thank you for coming on the show and being an interview guest and being the 100th official day of the Art Friend Show guest.
Congratulations to you, Mika. It's been so incredible to see you create this school, this show. Like, it's been amazing to watch.
Thank you. I received that, and like, speaking of not knowing what the fuck I'm doing, I'm just like, I want to create a show in a school, and I don't know how to do that, so let's just do it every day and try to figure it out.
Yeah.
And not everything's figured out yet. I still don't know how to put the recording from my classes on Tuesday in a place where everybody can eat. It's like I'm still very much figuring it out. But I do feel like this has like gelled to a point where I know what to do. And honey, when you're reporting over here from the land of not knowing, I'm just like, thank you. Every scrap, every day. When you interviewed me on day 50, like every bit of assistance and everyone's attention who's watching, every bit of it has helped me get to this point where I actually do know what to do. I still don't know exactly how it's all going to come together, but I know what to do every day. And that has like been the most reassuring thing.
Oh, that's so inspiring to hear. Because it also, I think of you being in like a place of action where I'm kind of like stepping back from that right now.
Yeah.
So even that reminder that like as you're going through, you still don't know you're figuring out as you go. Like, yeah. That's
and it's so much easier for me to do it with people while talking out in the open than to sit in my kitchen trying to figure it out at the end of the day by myself.
Yeah.
So yeah. We all got to do our own way through, but I'm here to walk with you, through the muck. So
thank you. Likewise.
All right. Well, we're going to sign off and mwah! Thank you, everyone who's watching. Comment, share, tell Cata how magnificent she is and what interesting things you've learned about her story. And we'll see you tomorrow for day 101 of the Art Friends Show.
101. I love that it's continuing.
Right.
Congratulations.
Okay. Mwah. Bye, honey.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'd love to have you inside of Art Friends School, where we go deeper into these topics. Follow the link that's in the show notes or find it on my website at annamieka.com.